Hello guys, Wilsonbox here. I hope everyone is doing well. We are on the first week of the lunar event and I know everyone has been trying really hard to do 22 million on every chief challenge. So on this video I'm going to talk about this one, the one who takes more damage from lightning damage. So let's check him. His name is Talwer. It's just the chief challenge, the one that takes more damage from lightning damage, and we want this 22 million damage to get all these good rewards, especially this 5 lunar hollow shard to get the Adred, the legendary. So let's check this hero. This hero is a bit tricky and is a level 240, which means he has 260 resistance and we need 280 accuracy to apply any debuffs on him. Then his skills, each debuff on enemies on the field grants 2% damage reduction, so we don't want to have any debuffs, otherwise he's going to take less damage. Then this one, he will plant a mushroom that will taunt the enemies within range for 5 seconds. When the mushroom dies, deals derived poison damage to the enemies within range with a 100% chance of inflicting 1 stack of poison and 100% chance of inflicting blind for 5 seconds. And lastly, let's skill cast a spore cloud that exists for 4 seconds, dealing derived poison damage to enemies within range every 0.8 seconds with 100% chance of inflicting accuracy penalty 2, and if the enemies are under poison they will have 100% chance of inflicting attack penalty 2. So this guy, he has a lot of debuffs, poisons, a lot of stuff, and these mushrooms are very annoying. So let's go to the challenge and let's talk about how to do 22 million on this boss. So this boss is very hard. I've been trying a lot of strategies, a lot of different stuff, and the one that I found works better is if you let 2 of your allies on this side, another 2 on this side, and your tank on the middle. So what is gonna happen is when you start a battle, this one is going to walk 1 tile to the front, and then the boss will walk 1 tile as well, and our guys will stay here, and he's gonna plant 2 mushrooms, and these 2 mushrooms, they will stay, I think will be 1 here and 1 here, so these mushrooms will only affect the tank and this guy here, which is the healer. So the strategy I found that works better, I've tried everything, like different tanks, different healers, different lot of stuff. So I have 1 tank, which is Frubart. I found it's the tank who is working better in the lightning poison element. I've tried all of them, really all of them. So let's have a look at the tanks we have. Lightning poison, so defense. So I tried Voltok, but it does more damage, that's true, but it dies faster. I didn't try this one because I didn't thought it was worth it, and then Lydia tried, but doesn't work that well. And so basically Frubart, Voltug does work that bad, you can still do some more damage, but eventually you will not survive for the 5 minutes. The Frubart from the other side, he can survive all the 5 minutes battle, and that way it's easier to reach a high amount of damage because you have more time to do damage. Then the healer, so I tried Exandra works really well as well. I tried Vikuk, it doesn't heal so much, and the strategy I'm using, I don't really need him to clean any debuffs. And what else? I've used Illucati as well, and I didn't use any other healer because I found Garion is the one working better here. He heals a big amount our tank, and that's what we want here. Then the damage. So I was looking for some damage to use on this guy, and I found out like the Dauntless guys, because we need to use some ranged ones for my strategy, and the ones I found do more damage will be these 3. Okay, you can use these 2, they are both Dauntless, and if you have this guy, you can use him as well. Instead of this one, you can use Nimbus because it does a little bit more damage. It's not a big difference, but it does more damage. Then if we have a Aura, will be much better because we'll benefit all of our team. So the only guy I was able to fit in this team, and because we really need attack penalty, was Lola. So Lola is giving us this attack aura, which it works in all battles, and we really want that attack penalty to hit before the ultimate of this boss, otherwise it does like a big amount of damage. Of course, Frubart can inflict attack penalty as well, but you will understand why I'm using 2 guys with attack penalty. Firstly, because I need the aura. This is going to increase our damage, and second, I need attack penalty. So let's talk about the heroes I'm using. So firstly, as I said, you can try to use the Voltok instead of Frubart, but Frubart is the one that is working better, and then Gary is the one healing the most, and then these 2 DPSs. If you have the epic one, the Nimbus, you can use Nimbus, and of course if you have any legendary, it will be even better. So the strategy I'm using here is resistance. So these 2 guys here are the ones are taking the mushrooms, so this way I'm making sure the ones taking the mushrooms are not so much affected by them. So Frubart has 316 resistance. I think I still sometimes get taunted by the mushrooms and I get some debuffs, so I don't really know how much you need to never get a debuff, but it's working like this with 360. So I have this set, the ancestral set, just to reduce the damage. I tried with this set first, the Cyril Whisper, but I was taking more damage, so I changed to this one. So basically I'm trying to maximize my resistance and my accuracy, and I'm also using the crown because sometimes I'm able to apply the defense penalty. Second, Voltok doesn't work here so well because Voltok has a small area, so if he's gonna if he's going to target the mushrooms on his back, he's not going to apply any defense penalty or attack penalty on the boss. Otherwise, Frubart has a bigger area, so when he targets a mushroom, he's gonna hit the boss as well. Okay, then Garen, I have some resistance as well, 296, and I have some healing as well. I have the mirror, and I have these 2 and these 2 just to increase my skill list, and I have some defense and more resistance. Garen is also playing a big role here because his skills are really strong, so his ultimate is gonna generate a healing nexus that's gonna heal every ally within range, and with his passive, for each ally with less than 50% HP on the field, you regains 1 stack of recharging speed boost. For each ally with less than 20% HP on the field, they regains an extra stack of recharging speed boost. So when our tank is low on HP, he's going to be able to recharge his skill bar faster, and he's going to be able to heal more and more. And also his battle skill is also able to apply debuff immunity. So with this battle skill, he's going to prevent any debuff to hit on our tank. And basically that's it. Same thing here. I have some defense, some resistance, more defense here, and that's it. I have the crown. Then let's talk the DPSs. I'm using the Gambler because they are dauntless, so it works better because they use a lot of basic attacks, and this skill is also, their skills are also considered as a basic attack, so it decreases the chance to activate this 3-piece effect, which is really nice. Then I'm using the Eyeball of the Giant on him, and on her is exactly the same thing. I'm using the same gear, attack percentage here and crit rate here, then crit damage here and resistance here. And passive, I'm using this one since her passive third basic attack will deal additional damage. I'm using the RP Snail to increase that passive damage. And lastly, but also really important, since this guy takes 18 seconds to cast all of his skills, and we don't have any guy able to apply attack penalty that fast, so I have Lola here with the Spiritual Incense Burner, because this way she's faster and she will apply the attack penalty always before the boss ultimate, because this is really important. So I've tried to give her a Gambler set as well, and at the same time some accuracy. So I still have attack percentage and crit right here, but every piece has accuracy. And I also have a gem, a rune with accuracy and more accuracy here, but I try to manage between having some damage and accuracy as well. Of course, the Incense Burner is giving me the accuracy as well. And basically this is it. This was the strategy I used. I tried this comp, and I mean I tried several ways to do some damage. I found this strategy was the best one. So let's do this one and see what is gonna happen. So I tried this with several characters and several ways, several strategies, and I found out this was the best one, because with this strategy and using only free-to-play characters, so with free-to-play I mean using only rare characters or epic characters, and this was the one I could do more damage. So when I'm saying more damage, I mean I was not able to do 22 million with this team. And I think I've tried several things, and if you are not using legendary artifacts and you are not using legendary characters, I don't think you will be able to reach 22 millions, because I mean I tried several things. Guys, if anyone was able to reach 22 million without any legendary character, just comment below. I'm not using the maximum affinity or anything like that. I'm using I'm on the one that increases your damage when you have 5 characters of the same element. So I think this will be like the best way to do more damage. So guys, if you done it, just tell me how, because I would love to know. I've tried several comps and I was not able to reach 22 million, but I'm gonna show you guys how I did it. Okay guys, so I was not able to do it with that team, so I had to add a legendary character. And you guys gonna see the difference. So I did 25 million with this team, alright? So basically I've changed just one character, I changed the other one, was Talwer. And basically I changed the artifact I was using on this guy, so I switched this one, the RP Nails, to increase his passive damage, and then I changed the eyeball to this guy, Talwer, because it does a big amount of damage with this ultimate. And this was the only way I found I was able to do 25 million, and I can show you guys the difference. So guys, I have the damage so you guys can see the amount of damage this guy does is insane. It does so much more damage. It's crazy, it's really crazy. Though everything else, it's the same thing. I'm not using any timers or anything like that. Lola is applying the attack penalty every round, so I don't need to set any timer or anything like that. Sometimes Frubart is able to apply some defense penalty as well, which helps with the damage, but as you guys can see, this guy is crazy. He does a big amount of damage. He's amazing. He's amazing. If you have him, use him. If you don't have him, then I'm sure, I've just tried with him, but I'm sure if you try with some legendary characters, if you have some legendary characters, especially lightning ones for this boss, I think they will be amazing, and especially if they are ranged ones, because this boss is really tricky, and if you don't have a good strategy for this, I don't know how you're gonna do it. But yeah, with this guy I reached the 25 million damage, and I was happy with that.
Can't take any more. Guess I'll put on my dukes.
So guys, as you can see, I don't think you can do this with only epic and rare heroes. I really think you need legendary characters to reach 22 million. But as I said, if anyone was able to do with epic and rare teams only, then guys, tell me what strategy you used, how you did it, because I still did not find a way to do it with a free-to-play team. Only with legendary characters, especially this guy Talwer, because it's insane single target damage is really good. With this, I hope you guys liked this video. If you liked it, don't forget to press that like button, subscribe to my channel to follow more content like this. Thanks for watching and see you next time.